Bet one, bet them all. This is Sprawn calling. I'm your host, C. Rich. We're going to do a UFC betting advice and predictions for UFC 201. Lawler versus Woodley. And you know what? A little bit of a sleeper pay-per-view, but I don't ever pay for them. I just stream it. So, ain't no money out of my pocket. We're going to put some money in my pocket, though. And here are the bets and fights that I care about for the night. First, we're going to kick it off with the main event. The champion, Robbie Lawler. Challenger, Tyrone Woodley, who's also been out for approximately 500 and something days. Well, that's a lot. And I believe the statistic is a fighter that's been out for more than a year and a half only wins roughly about 35% of the time. I do believe it. And as I do with any sports statistics, there's always, you got to think about it because history always does repeat itself in sports. Maybe not in history, with economics and such, but more times than not, sports statistics always pull out. Robbie Lawler opened up at around a minus 210, and it is down, folks. It is down to a minus 145 with Woodley coming at a plus 125. Well, now I'm actually seeing some value on Robbie. At first, I was leading Woodley, but you know what? Who wouldn't at a plus 200? But now that the betting lines are somewhere more down where they should be, with Woodley being out of action for so long, I'm going to have to take a stab on Robbie Lawler at the minus 145. He's even said in prediction videos or prediction things of nature of interviews that he's sick and tired of being known as like fight of the night. So I think he will be looking for a finish, and with the ring rust that Woodley's going to bring to it, I definitely could see a Lawler stoppage somewhere in the late third, fourth round. So my pick is Robbie Lawler, minus 145. I'm starting to like that betting line. I hope it goes a little more down because, hey, that just means it's even getting better. The next one's Rose Namajunas and Carolina Kolakovic. Bear with me. Namajunas sitting at a minus 210 and Carolina sitting at a plus 175. Rose's betting lines are always inflated, and with women's MMA, unless you're Joanna Jędrzejczyk or Chris Cyborg, I don't, I'm kind of iffy on putting my money on you. The minus 210 seems a little high. However, I do believe that Thug Rose is going to win this fight. But the minus 210 on the betting line is just a little too pricey for me to want to, put any juice on it. So I'm probably going to stay away from that one. The one that does interest me is the Matt Brown-Jake Ellenberger. Well, Matt Brown, I think this is his gimme fight. Kind of like... sorry you've had such a tough time lately. Here's a guy that's in the top 15 that you should be able to smoke. That's where I'm seeing. Matt Brown sitting at a minus 300, Ellenberger at a plus 250. The play that I actually see is more than likely Matt Brown's going to end up finishing him. But I'm a little sketchy on it. So the play I'm actually kind of thinking of is... Brown Wilson Hayes parlay, because they're both 3-1 favorites, and I don't really want to put all that money down on a single bet, but you can parlay them, and I believe it's somewhere around a minus 136 currently if you parlay the two. So I'm highly considering that play, as well as you should debate it as well, because I really don't see either two losing between Wilson Hayes and Matt Brown. So, on to the next one. I care more about the Justin Scroggins, Ian McCall. Don't get me wrong, I like McCall, but Scroggins sitting at a minus 250. McCall at a plus 210. There's just too much media about Ian McCall wanting to basically retire. He breaks his hand every fight, it damn near seems, and that's not something that I'm really willing to put my money on as a dog pick. I don't think he's going to end up finishing Scroggins before he breaks his hand. So, therefore, somewhere in the middle of maybe the end of the first round or the middle of the second round, McCall's hand's probably already going to be broken. And more than likely, I'm hoping that his willpower to win the fight or finish it will be over as well, because Scroggins is definitely one of those guys you need to look for. But the price tag at minus 250, I can't justify that for a straight bet. So chances are I'm going to do the same thing like I am going to do with Matt Brown and Wilson Hayes. And I'm going to do a two-man parlay, trying to get somewhere around even money. Next, we have one of my favorite fighters, Nikita Krylov, facing off at Ed Herman. Currently, the line for Krylov has jumped to a minus 220. Yesterday, it was a minus 155, and I was loving it. So, just like, McDonald's, I was loving it, and I did bet it. I did a 2-unit bet, so 30 for 20 with the Krylov line when it was at the minus 150. Now, I think your only avenue for any type of value is taking Nikita in the distance, which is around a minus 150. Or you could take him and you could get plus 150 on a first round finish for Krylov. And chances are, I mean, Ed Herman had a good showing last time, finished Tim Boetsch. But I don't know if it's going to make it to the second round. You might even want to stick with the under 1.5, because then you still get 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the second round. That one actually does sound pretty good. The under on that Krylov fight, because, he does gas out and he does wing everything, and maybe Herman could get something, but I highly doubt it. Chances are I see Krylov finishing, and he is on Sprawl and Call website under the list of my 5 favorite fighters, and he was on that list before he went on this mean streak in the UFC. So I've been a fan since the beginning that he's came in the UFC, and he was fighting at heavyweights originally, and his only losses in the UFC was Soa Palele and OSP, and hell, he got the Von Flue choke on him. Fuck. Next one is George Masvidal and Ross Pearson. Now, if Masvidal was more of a finisher, hell yeah, I'd throw my money on that. Pearson is a split decision protege, we'll say, because he's gotten screwed over with the Diego Sanchez fight, I believe it was, but then a couple other fights too. Man, the guy gives a hell of a fight to... Will Brooks. I thought Will was going to pretty clear steamroll him, aggressively with the unanimous decision, but Ross put up a hell of a fight. So he could even still be suffering a little bit of knickknacks on his body with, bruising and such. Either way, I'm going to take George Masvidal, but the one that I'm seeing is more Masvidal by 3-round decision. And you can actually get some plus money on that. So if you're going to think about that one, that'd probably be the route that I'd want to go, because Pearson is pretty much a brick shit house almost. And Masvidal is not a power puncher. He's just going to outstrike you. And if he does finish you, it's either going to be by him taking you down somehow, or accumulative punches. And, other than that, the Wilson Hayes fight and the Hector Savadil, as I said, Wilson Hayes, he should finish this guy. Maybe want to look into it in the distance play, but I'm going to stick more with the... Instead of doing a straight play on him on in the distance, I'm just going to do the Matt Brown and Wilson Hayes for minus 136. So that's at least the one bet that I'm about to place after this video. But other than that, hey, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like the little thumbs up button down at the bottom of the page. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out our Twitter page, Sprawl and Call. And forever and always, guys, always have fun, and don't blow your bankrolls.